All right.
Save it.
Do you even know what time it is? Just out of curiosity.
7:25.
Sorry, I like to know how long it takes me to do my own readings there. All right, now we are on to questions. Before we do, one thing I ask is please avoid spoilers if you can. You guys will have a chance to talk to me when you come up through the signing line, so if there's something that really tips off the ending of not just this book, but any of the books, particularly people who die tragically, don't mention it in front of this larger audience on the web out there who might not know that. Okay, I think that's all I've got. All right, first question. Yeah.
Are you satisfied with the ending?
Am I satisfied with the
The
ending?
question is, because I'm going to repeat it for those who are also on the web, are you satisfied with the ending?
I am satisfied with the ending. I hope readers are as well. Certainly, there's whenever there's a love triangle, some part of that triangle's fandom is not going to be happy. But I hope the reasons seem right to you when you read it. The choices that are made. This certainly wraps up some of Rose's problems for now, and we kind of close on her. And it feels good. It feels like that's the place it's supposed to stop. So yeah, I think it's good. Yes.
What was your inspiration for the books?
What were your inspirations for the books?
My inspiration, I knew I wanted to write something for teens. I used to be a teacher actually, and I like teens. It was a fun group to hang out with. So I was like, oh, I'll try this. And at that point, I had already written books about demons and fairies, and it was kind of like, what creatures next? How about vampires? Nobody's writing about them. Side note, this was 5 years ago before everyone was writing about vampires. And so I was like, I'll give them a try. And I had taken classes in world mythology, and I went digging around some Eastern European myths, and that's where I found the Moroi and the Strigoi. And that sort of gave me the seed from there to start building the Vampire Academy world.
Yes. Is this going to be like a movie or something like, or a
Oh,
TV
yeah.
series? Has any of the Hollywood given you any offers, Richelle?
Is it going to be a movie or anything having to do with Hollywood?
The books have been optioned by a production company called Prager Entertainment. The thing to note with options is exactly what it sounds like, which means they now have the option to make a film, which is better than no one having the option to make a film, because I can't do it. I can't film in my backyard. So they're a great company. If you're on Facebook, you'll find official Vampire Academy movie fan page, because they're always asking fans questions. Who would you like to see? What's your favorite part? At the moment, though, there is no action going on. There's no production. There's no casting. This is a popular question. There's no casting going on, and I don't control the casting, so I can't help you out there. But when it starts happening, that page is going to be the first place they start posting updates. Be patient. These things do take a long time. A lot of the movies you know about that were books took years and years to develop. So we hope it won't be that long, but don't expect it next year. I think IMDb says it's coming out in 2012. I don't know where they got that date, but yeah, that'd be great though.
We have a question from Deborah from Brazil. Is there a
I know this Deborah. I just have to, I guarantee I know who this Deborah is. I just want to there is a very dedicated Brazilian fan, so yeah.
Is there a specific book in the series that's your favorite?
A specific book in the series that's my favorite. Shadow Kisses. No, Shadow Kisses is the best. It's terrible, but it's my favorite because as a writer, it's great to write something so powerful. And I don't say that I enjoy making people cry. It was actually really terrible to get email for the next 6 months after Shadow Kiss came out about how I made people cry and throw their books. So that's not fantastic, but to be able to write a scene that moves me, that moves readers, it's really great. It's kind of what you live for as a writer. So even though it was kind of tragic emotion, it was still a really great thing to do. Yes.
What's the best advice you can give to others who want to write and inspire us?
What's the best advice you can give to aspiring writers?
The best advice I can give is to write the story that you want to tell, that's sort of burning inside of you. I've had people come up and say, what's selling right now? What's popular? What will people like? If you're coming in with that mindset, that you're already on the wrong path. You need to write the story that you're passionate about, that feels good inside of you, because that's what makes good writing. People who try to write to a market produce bad books. You've probably seen the knockoffs that always come whenever there is a trend, like wizarding books when Harry Potter was popular, it still is. Or a lot of vampire books, people have jumped on it, not because they liked it, but just because they thought, oh, this is cool. So if there's a story in you, write it. Don't worry about whether people will like it later. You need to get that story out. And that is the second part of my advice, is get something out. Even if you hate what you wrote, just keep writing. Write a page a day, write something a day. People take a day off, and that turns into weeks, turns into months, and they never write anything at all. So write what you want, and then write it. Is anyone on the sides that I'm missing? There you go.
Who would you personally choose to play
Who would I personally choose? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing your job for you.
Who would you personally choose to play Dimitri in the movie? Dimitri looks like Dimitri in my head, so I've got to bank on an unknown, that there is an unknown out there who looks like the Dimitri in my head. So that's what I'm hoping for. I know I wish I could give you a good answer to that, but I've got my own images, and there's no actor that really looks like it. Popular ones out there, I see Ben Barnes tossed out a lot for Dimitri, so maybe when he's done with the Narnia movies, he'll come in and hire Academy. I don't know. Again, the Facebook fan page for the movie has raging debates about this if you want to jump on it sometime. Rochelle, we have another question from the site. Jeanette has asked, how do you feel that the series has come to an end?
How do I feel that the series has come to an end? I'll assume that means like my feelings on it. Sorry, it could be read a couple of different ways. I'll just say, how do I feel? I'm kind of sad to see it go. There is kind of a relief in some way to know that I'm ending the series the way I wanted it to. I'd always envisioned this story being told within 5 or 6 books from the very beginning, and so to be able to wrap it up on a high note, to not drag it out, which is always a temptation when a series is popular. It feels good to know that I told the story how I wanted to. Here it is, and I think people will like it. It's sad to leave Rose, certainly, but I'm not really leaving the Vampire Academy world. I guess I should say there's going to be a spin-off series, which I know many people have heard about. So it's not about Rose, but it's still set in the same world. So I guess it doesn't really feel goodbye to me, which is why I'm not overly sad about it, because I still get to hang out. I'm seeing people I've called on before. You in the back. Yep, you.
Was there anyone who influenced you to, like, one of the characters, write about one of the characters?
Was there anyone who influenced you to write about one of the characters?
So like, are the characters based on anyone? Is that what you're?
Yeah.
Or like personality-wise?
So are the characters' personalities or anything based on anyone? Not so much. There's no. I try very hard not to transport people from my life into my books, because I think bad things will happen. Because inevitably, you can write the best character, and then if they do something stupid, your friend that it's based on will be like, what? What was that? So I do try to avoid that. I think if anything, the characters in my books have little snippets of personality, maybe. Someone may have made a joke or have a certain style of humor, maybe that kind of slipped in. Or someone's gritty view of the world you can put in there. But there's no conscious person-to-book thing that I'm doing. None of the characters are directly based on me either. Rose is kind of the anti-me because I'm not a fighter. I would break my hand if I tried to throw a punch. So in that case, what is she influenced by? She's influenced by what would I not do? That's how I write Rose. It seems to work. Yeah, McLeod.
Do you think it's going to be difficult for you to go from Rose's point of view to someone else's in the spin-off?
Do you think it's going to be difficult to go from Rose's point of view to someone else's in the spin-off?
I do, actually, and it's funny you say that, because one question I get asked all the time is, do you ever get confused between your 3 series? Because I write 2 other series along with Vampire Academy. And I always say, no, they're distinct. How would I get them confused? And it's never happened before, but when I've started writing the spin-off series now, I do keep wanting to write as Rose because it's the same subject matter. And so for the first time, I once caught myself almost like going off the way Rose would tell the story, and I had to like rein myself in and be like, no, what are you doing? That's done, that's done. So this is the first time. It's kind of it's a new experience for me. This is a new territory. Yeah, that's a good question. What question? Yeah. I can't see it. I'm sorry, was that a time warning?
EW Friday.
Oh, yeah, I was going to do that. Okay, I was going to say this now. So yeah, for people wanting to know more about the spin-off series, Entertainment Weekly magazine has an exclusive coming out on Friday in their print edition, which talks about the characters that are in it and where it's going to be set and some of the things that are going on. So I can't get into a huge amount of detail about it tonight, but if you do want to know more, check that out, and I'm sure it'll probably be in their online edition like next week. They'll be online on Friday? Right, but if they don't buy the hard copy, will it eventually show up on DW? Yeah. If you want it sooner, go buy it at the newsstand.
Oh. Richelle, maybe 3 or 4 more questions?
Okay, that works. Yeah.
Do you think that you'll ever write about Rose again, or do you think that you're finished with her?
Do you think you'll ever write about Rose again, or are you finished with her?
She's dead to me. But not actually dead, just to warn you, those who haven't read it, no, she's not dead. She survived the book. Rose will make some cameos in the spin-off, and who knows, maybe, years down the road when I've been able to take a break, I might be able to come back into a series that's about her again. For now, I almost have to kind of let her take a break, not just for my own sanity, but also because she's had so many bad things happen to her. Some time needs to pass in the Vampire Academy world where Rose is like, okay, I can have a semi-normal life, and the other characters, they can suffer for a while. Then we can maybe go back to Rose and kind of shake things up for her. We'll see.
Richelle, we have a web question. Denise from the Netherlands has asked, where do you get your inspiration from?
Inspiration comes from all places. I don't get it from music or anything like that. I think it's just life. You see it in the world, just people watching. I've seen random things happen in a Starbucks where I think, oh, that person right there needs to be in a book. And experiences I've had, things I've felt, things like that. It's a whole mix of things. There's no one source that you can like tap into and be like, that's your direct line on writing a novel. You have to be out in the world, you have to see things and do things, and that's where it comes from. A little of your own imagination, I'd say.
Who was your favorite character while writing the book?
Vampire
Who is your favorite character while writing the book?
Favorite character while writing the book? Do you mean Vampire Academy?
Yeah.
Okay. Rose, just because she's my protagonist, I know her the best. I have to like her, or I wouldn't be able to do it for 6 books. So I like her the best because I understand her the best. Now, for runners-up, though, for the most fun to write, though, Abe and Adrian have some of the best lines like that I've written in any series. Their dialogue is just ridiculous, and it's wonderful. If I had my way, like the reading I would always do at a signing is Abe's courtroom appearance at the end of Spiritbound. But that gives away half the ending of Spiritbound, and so I can't read that. But Abe being a lawyer is, I love it. I giggle to myself when I was typing it.